Hello, hockey fans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. Little Canadian flag back there. I'm just at my sister and brother-in-law's cottage campsite in Bob Cajun up here. Beautiful day. Just going for a stroll before Game 4, and got my Canadian red. Wanted to talk a bit about geography and team support, but the main thing I wanted to talk about today is planting the seeds of doubt. Got a little family reunion over here, some tunes in the background. I guess I've already posted this before, so if anybody wants to look back, I've talked about how, Marchessault and, and the Leafs and stuff like that. And I guess I'll go to the whole geography thing, like my favorite team, San Jose Sharks, because of Jumbo. Shout out to Wayne Thornton. Cheers, buddy. Just had a visit the other day before I go west. He's a wonderful man. We were talking about the Leaf situation. I won't reveal exactly what he said, but him and I kind of agreed that one of the core four is going, and it's not going to be Matthews. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong with that one. They could pull a blockbuster deal for Matthews, but I don't see it anymore, especially with the Shane Doan thing. But unless it's some giant ruse and they're using Shane Doan to ship all these Phoenix players to Toronto in place of Matthews, which would be insane. But who do you cheer for when your team is ousted from the playoffs, right? I mean, me being Canadian, it's you obviously have your rivalries, right? Like huge Sharks fan, as I said, and then Leafs are probably my from a geographical standpoint. A lot of people, wherever they live or their hometown, they don't necessarily have to like the same team, but they usually like the home team. One instance, when I was living in Ottawa, I went to a preseason game at Scotiabank, I guess. I think it was there, out in Canada. Anyways, there was like a gazillion Montreal Canadiens jersey in the audience, like in the stands, probably more than there was Sens jerseys, to be honest. So my brother, I'm a little bit French Canadian from my mom's side, and Mohawk too, which is kind of cool. But my brother is French Canadian in Northern Ontario, Sudbury, and we were talking about how many Habs fans are up in Northern Ontario. There's tons because of Rouyn Noranda and like some of the Northern Quebec across there. So who do you cheer for? I would say, I like the underdog, so this could be Panthers red tonight. I'm hoping that they tie the series, to be honest. I would love to see it. I love hockey, so if I can watch a little bit more of it until the end, we're almost there, right? Stanley Cup will be given out pretty soon here, so I'd love to see at least 6. I want to go to a quote, actually, and I guess I'll end this video by going back to my main point with all those sidebars, was planting the seeds of doubt. So I felt like the Leafs, Habs, when Jumbo was on the Leafs, and if we can all speculate what would have happened if Tavares didn't get domed in the head. I think it was the first game, might have been the second, I don't know. Anyways, he got severely injured, and that impacted their depth greatly. And obviously Montreal could go and swarm Marner and Matthews. You can't cover all guys, like I was hearing them talk about Tkachuk and limiting him, right? Like Mark Stone. And by the way, his interview, I was just watching some of those interviews. He said, I don't see any planet where a team beats us 4 straight. So haha, Mark Stone. Hopefully you don't regret that one if Florida wins tonight. Anyways, I have felt just like that miracle team that went to the final with Carey Price. They had a hot goalie. I've always felt like Florida is probably that team, and Vegas has looked like they're the more dominant team, the more depth, etc. So I kind of wonder if Florida has it in them. But I was watching the interview with Gustav Forsling and Verhaeghe, I believe, and he said, I think we have another gear. So I'm excited. I am cheering for the underdog. Obviously, I like all the Vegas players. They're wonderful gentlemen, and I don't have a skin in the game or horse. I'm not like on their team. I'm not so I think I'll go for the underdog here with Florida, and just because of all those years of the fierce rivalry between the Sharks and Vegas Golden Knights, I think I'm definitely cheering for Florida for that. So sorry, boys, on Vegas. But anyway, the last thing I thought just on that, the last thing I'll end with is the Florida Panthers have three guys in the top four, Ekblad, Reinhart, and Bennett. And who was the other guy? Leon Draisaitl. I think Reinhart was joking, like, yeah, I think they took the wrong guy second. He was second, and Draisaitl was drafted after him. So yeah, Draisaitl turned out to be a pretty darn good player. But another scenario that I thought of, because I love the Sharks, it's a pretty unique scenario where the same guys from the same draft, but then Patty Marleau and Jumbo were 1997 draft and number 1, 2. So, and they had that run against Sidney Crosby and the Penguins kind of in their prime. And that was the year that Karlsson came over, and that was before Karlsson. Karlsson came and they went to the conference final in 2018. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of neat that they had all these players from the same draft, I guess, meant to be, chemistry, whatever. So plant the seed of doubt. If you're Florida, you win tonight, you maybe plant a seed of doubt and you go back to Vegas. Vegas looks really good, really strong at home. But I'll always remember that Mark Stone comment. So we'll see what happens. But I still, my head says Vegas is probably going to pull this one out in 6, like I said before in a prior video. And my heart says, Panthers. So I just want to watch more hockey. So maybe it'll even go 7. That'd be pretty cool too. Cheers, everyone.